Oh, it was the 800 number. I was just checking that. So, we get those spam callers every now and then. But
it's our fans calling us already.
I wish.
It's episode 1 of Institute of War, and we already got phone calls coming in. So... so face checking is not great. If you can't see where your enemies are, you shouldn't be checking grass by yourself, especially as, even as a tank, it's not good to face check, because if you're a tank going down...
Oh, and there's 5 people there? 5 people will explode a tank almost instantaneously, no matter how much hit points
so
you
I
have.
clairvoyanced it to make sure that we can easily go into that grass. And, unfortunately, they did catch us, because maybe they had a ward there. We did not have oracles to reveal any wards in the grass. But... in this situation, it kind of benefited us, because we have an AoE team. We have Leona, who is able to drop the sunlight on all those people that are coming into them. And since they're initiating on us, they're all grouped together.
Yeah.
And although they initiated on us, they only initiated on 2 people. And that was our 2 tanky people, actually. So Leona and Xin Zhao. As you see, they are in the grass. And I see a Mumu coming
Xin
up.
Zhao backs out. It's just a J4.
Oh, it's just a J4. Okay.
So they think that they're getting our whole team, but actually, the people that needed to be out of that battle got out of there in time because they saw them coming. So you see our Ezreal backed out. You see our support Tark is standing on the
they're standing on the
sidelines.
side of the sidelines. They're casting his heals, casting his stuns, and supporting the team. And Ezreal's just nuking from the side, and it's just on the side of the grass and using her range to the advantage. And as you see, Xin Zhao got out of combat just in time before Mumu's ultimate was able to stun him and do the damage. What do we got going on here? Tark, another good point is here. Tark has an AoE shatter. Like I was mentioning earlier, with Leona landing her sunlight on all those people, Tark can just hop in there, use his shatter, and it just pops that sunlight on all of them. So let's see here. There, ultimate on sunlight on 3 of the people. I run in. Let's see. I remember seeing a shadow somewhere here.
I think it was just right here on the
Mord. It was right here.
Okay,
it was just on the Mord. But it's getting used to playing with this Leona. Leona is takes some time, but you really want to make use of that sunlight. And as you see there,
well, you can see there. Like I said, I talked about with this build, it does give you that staying power. I sat in the middle of all of their damage, and I really only lost about 2,000 hit points.
Well, let's go back and let you see what happens when they nuke on you there. So right here, he's at full health at 3,016 HP.
Yeah, our J4 actually is not building as tanky, so he's more of a DPS. So he takes a lot more damage than me. You can see that right here. He's got to back out.
Just after that initial nuke, I healed you there, but you went down to about 2,000 HP, and you only lost about 1,000 after all that damage, because most of their team was ability power at the time. The Ashe wasn't in there doing any damage, so Mumu and his ultimate was only pumping out maybe 300-400 at most.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. Well, and my resists aren't actually that high. You can see they're only at 119 and 116, but making use of that W gives me that extra added resist. So when I do have those critical situations where I'm taking a lot of damage, you can see that it goes up right there to over 200 armor. So it does make a huge difference. And here you can see me trying to catch that Ashe. I don't quite land that Zenith Blade. She's just barely out of my range. So, we're going to try and take that tower here and just get out of there.
We do make a mistake here.
We try to go for the inhibitor.
We go for the inhibitor, but they were starting to respawn, and we all kind of scatter at different times. And I was playing Tark at the time, and I figured they were going to stay, but...
He tried to flash out there, but
I tried to flash out, but the stun was already in the air, and I totally mistimed it.
And here's that mistake that I talk about. Everyone wants to be the savior, so we're all going to try and come back and save our poor Tark.
By himself, and now Garrett comes in with Leona. We do pick up a kill, but we're still being chased, and we're still down because our HP is under half on all of our characters, or even more. Our J4 is about dead.
Yeah, he dies. The Amumu caught him. Yeah,
our Ezreal was pretty much finished. She only has maybe 1/3 her health, and she decides to teleport just in the grass. But while we're being chased, so
you can see me click right there after that.
It's just when we picked up the tower, we should have backed up. We saw that everyone was coming up from the rest timers and full health, full HP, full mana. Newly purchased items. We had to back out and take that victory for what it was. And we had to regroup here. They take the tower and mid, and whatever. We just we'll regather and recompose.
Yeah. So we did lose that mid tower there, and they're going to try and push in here. But they do also realize that we are also coming up as well, so they're not going to make the same mistake that we did, and they're going to back out after just taking that tower.
Yeah.
I will protect you.
So right now, top lane was pushed up pretty far to our tower. Ashe is trying to do some damage, so Leona's rushing over there just to take the damage off the turret. But now we see that, 4 people show up around the bush, and he kind of just baits it. Like, he goes in there, he knows he can get some of his abilities off, and figures that he can get out alive, but they do burst him down pretty quick. But this allows our team to catch up, and everyone is now slowing because he did drop his ultimate, and he had his Eclipse go off. So everyone in that radius was slowing or stunned, and allowed our team to catch up. While they all have sunlight, they're all fairly damaged, and now we're fresh and we're ready to go. So we're pushing back out, and we got those. We
got 3 kills. Yeah,
we got 3 kills.
3 kills for 1. And you know what? I think a lot of tanks also, they're afraid of dying. They're afraid of having to sit there with that res timer. And really, it's not a big deal. If you can die and allow your team to pick up 3 kills, that is huge for your team. And I think it's a lot of players that they get too scared when they're playing tank roles like Amumu and J4, and I think they back out too early, or they don't sacrifice themselves enough, and they end up, paying for it.
Yep. And as you see here, basically what happened was, let's just back up a few seconds here.
Sure. Alright, this is me dead here, and
so,
this is a great time for us to go to Baron.
Yeah, so even like a little further back. So Garrett was dead. He was being a little greedy, telling us to wait for him to go up, so he wanted the Baron buff as well, which is no problem. So I decided to CV because Sion was running top, and I decided to cast a Clairvoyance up around the red and golems, and I do catch him in that radius. So he sees the CV and he's not sure where to go, and he kind of just lingers around. Yeah. But J4, with his ability to...
I want to point out there actually how good your CV was there, because what happened here is, see where this little eyeball is? That's where the CV gets placed. And Sion actually can't see that you CV'd there from where he is.
Well, it depends where his monitor was, but like if he was looking further down, then he might have been able to see it. But we're not sure if he saw it or not.
I'm pretty sure he didn't see it. That's why he went for the golems.
And he went for the golems and decided to stick around, and he's being a little over greedy on his part. But J4 hops to the wall there and makes good use of his abilities to catch up and get behind the Sion. And this, slowing him, it gives time for our team to catch up. And I think the Taric lands a stun, and we get an extra kill. And so, the initial team battle that we started off with, losing our Leona, ends up being, a 4-for-1. And this now allows us to go back and I think eventually get Baron here.
Oh, I think we get Baron now. I think we're about to res, and I tell you guys.
Yeah, he reses now. He's no longer greedy, and
well, actually, no. I actually still am greedy. I'm going to go bottom instead of help you guys get Baron. So
well, that's a lot of creep. So
I am quite greedy. Now we talked about Leona's farming ability is not that great early game. She does actually become quite a good farmer late game, as you can see right here.
Yeah. And her ulti is not on a long cooldown, so Garrett decides to just, waste his ultimate on creeps and show the true force of his power, I guess, as you would watch here. And
true power of my greed, I guess. Look at all those gold numbers pop up.
As his team's, fighting for him up top and getting kills and winning the game, basically. But, this is showing Leona at her best ability at farming lane late game.
Yeah, that's definitely what you want to see your tank doing. Your team's engaging in
great
group battles.
Great work.
And your Leona's farming bottom.
Yeah, well, at this point, we're up quite a few kills. This game is ours, and we can probably win this a 4v5 for the rest of the game. We are up 32-19, and it's 41 minutes into the game.
Our team's quite fed. We got a lot of CC. There's really not a lot happening on that they can do. They try. You see, look at that Ezreal.
Our AP troll Ezreal
just shred half of that Sion's health.
And J4 is doing a great job. It's getting into the front of the lines because Leona's decided
here's
to stay
the
back.
hero Leona.
And Leona comes in for the kills and kill steals.
I need kill steals. I worked hard for those kills.
And picks up a double, but no big deal. We did all the work for her, and she's just showcasing her great abilities of her Zenith Blade, her Solar Flare, and her Eclipse. And the other team decides to forfeit here, 5-0 vote, and we GG it. And that was the final little bit of our 10-minute clip there. And, overall, I think Leona is a great champion for initiating, tanking. I wouldn't say so much any kind of AP burst or anything, but she does pump out numbers, and with her sunlight, our friend's offering us some, French fries, but we're not hungry right now. Maybe after. Leona is great. Like her Zenith Blade. The thing about Zenith Blade, like we mentioned earlier, is that it can skip right past the front lines. If you're able to hit one of their carries or anyone in the back, you go from right from the front of the lines right to the back, and now you've kind of staggered their performance on where they should go and who they should attack or who they should protect.
Yep.
And it allows for the team to get some good initiation on there.
Yeah. So overall, I want to say props to Riot. They actually made a great champion as opposed to kind of what happened here with the Yorick.
Yorick is that's another story we can touch on another day. But Leona, I think, is a really well balanced hero.
Yeah.
There's been no real complaints with her. Not underpowered, too overpowered. I really enjoy playing with her or playing against her. There's no reason I'm afraid to fear her because she does drop if played right and your team can handle her initiation. And overall, I think she's just a well-rounded hero with.
Well, I think the community, I think, has responded as well, and I think most people do enjoy her as a hero. And I think that she's not too overpowered, she's not too underpowered. She's just right for the role that she needs to fill.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, I think we're going to end it here for the first week of Institute of War. This is episode 1. Next week, stay tuned and tune in next week at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be covering something called ELO Hell. Yeah. And this...
this is a term that's tossed around loosely in the League of Legends community.
So ELO is basically the rating system and...
for solo queue.
For solo queue. This is all ranked play, and it allows you to play with players of your own rank. But there's some major issues that people are complaining about, and it's just there's different types of players. There's players that can carry, there's players that support, and everyone kind of fits the role. But playing in ranked, it's quite difficult sometimes. So a lot of players get stuck losing games and dropping their elo and going to a low elo bracket where players are either really new. Are the term trolls?
That's another term that's tossed around loosely.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of topics. I don't want to spoil anything for next week. So make sure you guys tune in next week. Once again at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we hope to see you there. And once again, my name's Anthony. I play as Gotta Be KD,
and I'm Garrett X, and.
Garrett, and he plays as Garrett X.
Yeah, I know. It's a great.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 of Institute of War.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching.
We'll tune in next week, and we'll catch you guys there.
Thanks.